Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your November monthly general tarot reading. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. I hope you're all doing well. Let's see what energies want to show up for you today. Bringing forth energies, information, insight in regards to the month of November. We are in Scorpio season. You have the Nine of Fire showing up. All right. So this is the Nine of Wands, and this typically talks like of the in regards to energy of overcoming a lot of obstacles, challenges. This is can be where you've been feeling really weighted down as a result of a lot of obstacles and challenges. But I feel like this is the light at the end of the tunnel. I feel with these stars showing up, something is presenting itself to illuminate the path, to show you the way. Also, as I feel as a reassurance that it's okay to lay down, you know, like lay this cycle, this chapter to rest. I'm feeling it's this sense of laying something down and letting something go. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Earth. So I feel like there's something new that's showing in up for you. And wow, here's that energy. Underneath the Ace of Earth was two fives, five of air and the five of fire. So I do feel like there has been quite the challenge that you have been working through, that you have been navigating recently. Is this two? No, it looked like two cards, but it's only one. I do feel like you've been navigating some very serious challenges within the mind, within what action to take. Maybe you've been really overwhelmed with a challenge, a situation that's been challenging where you have been torn between what's, your mind and what direction and action to take. Let's see what's going on. I feel this cycle is coming to an end. I feel this Scorpio season is going to be of great assistance to you. I wish you could see this a little bit better. Let me do this. Sometimes when I move the camera, though, it starts getting all funny, so I try to be careful doing that. But I do feel like this Scorpio season is going to bring that transformation. There's the Four of Air. I feel like you've needed to step back, take a break. Four of Air talks about rest, recharge, rejuvenating. Eight of Fire. I feel that rest and rejuvenating and restoring, recharging your batteries will be very beneficial for you. I feel like it'll bring a lot of clarity to your mind and having a clear understanding and sense of direction on where you're moving forward to. Because on the bottom of the deck with that Eight of Fire, this talks about a lot of things happening quickly. So I feel you'll get quick movement forward, a lot of momentum being gained. Messenger of water and the 10 of fire, 9 of fire to the 10 of fire. And look at this. This is that circle, that cycle that's being burned away, that's coming to an end. So, in the center of that, with the messenger of water, I do feel like that's news or information. I feel like an opportunity, right? That presents itself to you. Like I said, I feel like resting and recharging would be very beneficial for you in order to clear your mind and being able to easier navigate the movement forward. The next card coming up is your sister sign Leo. This is a strength card. This is having to have the strength and courage and confidence. There's the Ace of Fire at the bottom of the deck. What's underneath that? To the Three of Air, to the Ace of Earth in the center of this. So let's I feel you're going to have the strength, courage, and confidence. Like, I feel like that's what this resting and recharging is, so that you restore yourself, so you step back into your power, so you clear your mind, that sort of energy. And then I feel, look what's showing up is like the Ace of Wands talks about the action to take. And I feel with this Three of Swords, which is in the middle, it's like you got two aces presenting themselves right here with the a movement forward into a new beginning in your physical realm. But in the center of it talks about a heartbreak, some sort of, and underneath that was the Five of Air, and that was that energy we were talking about. I did see the Hermit card underneath that. So I do feel like you've had to go within, you've had to seek enlightenment, you've had to go through some sort of journey as far as a discovery, like discovering who you are within, or discovering how to tap back into your strength, your confidence, that sort of energy. But I'm also feeling there was a discovery, and that could have been something, this Three of Swords indicates a heartbreak. And I do feel like there was some sort of awakening, enlightenment, a seeing, a truth for what it really is. I kind of feel an illusion was shattered. It may not have felt like an illusion to you until the truth was revealed. And then there was this heartbreak as a result of that showing up. Yeah, I feel, look at this. I'll just leave it right at this. At the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Air to the Justice card. Something's had you stuck for a long time. I feel in your mindset, like in believing in a certain situation or thinking a certain way about a situation, whatever it was with the Justice card underneath that. This is saying there was an imbalance there. It's in regards to a choice or a decision, could be within a partnership. I feel like there was an imbalance in whatever the situation is, and now it's time to focus on I feel rebuilding. So you take what resonates, release what doesn't. But I do clearly see this Scorpio season is bringing a transformation. It's bringing a cycle to a close. 9 to the 10 of fire, and you see there is light at the end of that tunnel, which is a beautiful thing, right? And that's, I mean, no one really likes to go through the people don't really like to go through heartbreaking situations or disappointments or having to let things go, close things out, that, and the third thing. But I do feel like this is for your greater good. It's like you're going to be able to build in a reality versus like building in an illusion, something that you thought was or believed it could be, or something like that. It feels like, no, I feel like you did need to take some time out to rest, recharge, rejuvenate. Again, like I said, to, build your internal strength back up and recognize, clearing that mind, and so that you could be easily, recognize the direction to go. I feel like the path will be illuminated for you, and I feel like it's coming through with like an offer or an opportunity or a door that opens for you. I feel like this door is going to bring a lot of stability, a celebration of stability, success, a victory in some sort. Could be a marriage, could be a commitment that's coming. Doesn't have to be a marriage, but I am feeling, wow, underneath it. Wow. Okay, is the Empress card to the Moon card to the Seven of Swords. So I feel the Seven of Swords was hidden. The Moon was, the Moon talks about intuition, but I feel like there is something, and I do feel this has something to do with your home, your family, the place you feel, commitment, a relationship, something like that. I feel like there was something that was hidden from you, and it could possibly have been if you were in a situation. You could have not known that there was somebody who was already in a committed situation, in a marriage, in a relationship. I feel like there was a discovery and something was brought to the light, and now there is no unseeing once you see it. I feel like it was heartbreaking for someone, and it is, and I feel like heartbreaking in a lot of ways because, one, I'm feeling whatever this was that was hidden from you, that was deceptive, that somebody was sneakily trying to get away with, right? I feel like it kept you trapped and bound, right? It's like as long as you didn't know what this secret was, you weren't going anywhere. But once you know what this secret is, you're going somewhere, is how I'm feeling with this energy. And there's the Four of Air to the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups talks about confusion, illusions. Not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything in these cups that are here are for your greater good, right? Cups talk about feelings and emotions. It talks about relationships, and I'm feeling there was something very significant that was hidden from you. And I feel like that, it could have came out during Libra season. We did see the Justice card. There's the Five of Swords showing up. We've already seen the Seven of Swords. So this was quite a challenging situation. We got the Nine of Swords to the Knight of Swords to the Three of Swords. There's that heartbreak again. Someone is heartbroken over an action that they took impulsively or too quickly, or there was some sort of conflict in regards to a situation. Um, I feel with this energy, like it really gives me that vibe of like, you just didn't see the truth. And I'm not feeling the need to say, oh, it's your fault, because I definitely don't feel all of that. I just feel like I'm almost feeling like you were dealing with a master manipulator who was really good at what they did, hiding information, hiding the truth, sneaking, doing whatever it was they were trying to get away with, and I feel the truth comes out. I feel like it's meant to. There is that time where there's some really very powerful energies that are taking place right now. Neptune is back into Pisces, and when this goes direct and it comes out of Pisces and goes back into Aries, there will be no turn. There is no turning back any which way. I'm feeling and seeing this anyways, but it's like we are never going to have experiences like certain experiences that we've had in this lifetime, never again in this lifetime, as a result of that Neptunian energy coming out of there and going into the sign of Aries. So just hang tight for that energy to show back up into the sign of Aries. I'll definitely be doing some readings for that individual transit. I am planning on putting out readings for the Pluto transiting the sign of Aquarius, which is going to be in there until the year 2044. So it is going to be, it went in there 2024. It's like a 20-year process with this energy that's going to be playing out. But let me get back to this reading. So I feel for you this cycle that I feel ends in a painful way. I feel like it's a betrayal. Someone is heartbroken over the situation. I feel like it's meant to close out and burn away an old cycle. I feel like whatever this was, although it may not have been what you wanted for it to end, to close out, to move away from, I'm feeling like it just feels like that's the way it was meant to play out, right? I'm feeling like the 9 to that 10 of fire, that old cycle is burning off. I feel it's important for you to take the time to heal, because I feel like you've been restricted from moving forward, from evolving to connecting in ways. And I feel like all based on an illusion, all based on a deceptive energy. I do feel that energy coming through for you after a time of healing, of, taking the time to heal yourself, to recharge, to regain your strength, and then ultimately tap into this celebration of something solid, stable, and long term for you. This came out, and it is the Hanged Man. This is the time of limbo. Yeah, there's your energy right there, Sag. Right, I feel like this is that energy I was talking about, where as this cycle closes out, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to go within and do that inner work, that shadow work, feel those feelings, do the healing, tap back into your strength so that you come out better, not bitter, right? So you come out and you're able to open up into love. The strength card is here. I did see the lover's card as well, where you're able to open back up and connect and, not hold someone accountable who was never responsible from the pain and heartache that you've endured. I feel you'll be a lot wiser as far as using your discernment. I feel like there will be a lot of growth as far as you go as an individual, as you really recognize, like I'm kind of, and I'm just saying what I'm feeling. So take what resonates, release what doesn't. But I feel like there was a lot of red flags and a lot of tolerance. And I feel like that's what's changing and shifting with you, where these red flags aren't going to be something you're just sweeping underneath the rug, or the tolerance isn't something that you're just going to be tolerating. I feel like you're going to establish boundaries and really stand 10 toes down on those boundaries, right? Let's see what's underneath the Jupiter, because this is the wheel of fortune, and this is talking about it's time for a change. And you could see the Fool card representing a new beginning, and the World card ending representing a closing. And this reading started out with an ending, right? With every ending comes a new beginning. This is talking about trusting your intuition. And I do, and I've said it, I feel like when it comes to partnerships, when it comes to unions, that sort of energy, we do have the Six of Pentacles after underneath all that to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you have really learned a lesson. I feel like you're going to rebuild something in your physical realm, because this could have been not only mentally, emotionally draining, but financially draining for you as well. And I feel you successfully coming out of that. I really feel you're going to reach, like really be able to balance yourself out in the physical realm, whether this be your finances, your home, things that you value quite quickly. It feels to me more of that healing is going to be necessary for the mental and emotional experience of that needs the most of your time and energy into healing. So please take the time, go within, do that shadow work, feel those feelings. Like I said, do the healing, and then come back out of there being your true, vibrant self. Shine, shine, shine. And look, seven heavenly virtues. This is when those doors were unlocked, where you'll be receiving all of these blessings, where things will just almost like fall out of the sky and into your hands, because you are aligning. Your vibration is higher. You're not being drained energetically. I feel whatever the situation is that's being closed out, or you're releasing and surrendering, and being burned away, that cycle, I feel like it could have even drained you energetically, where you weren't feeling your best. You weren't able to accomplish the things you typically used to accomplish. And maybe you're down on yourself trying to figure out why, blaming yourself, looking within. And I'm not saying you're not part of it, because we all make choices and decisions and we all have the consequences, but I feel like this is you changing something. Friendship is the next card that shows up. And so I am feeling like this is where you're going to be using that discernment. You're going to be using all the wisdom and knowledge that you've gained from the lessons that you've learned. You're going to nurture the ones that are reciprocating. You're going to nurture the ones that are solid and stable, the ones that don't come with all the red flags, that sort of energy. I feel like you have angelic support as well. This is showing up, messenger of creativity and hope. So I feel like this is your hope and faith in humanity being restored as well. Let's pull one more card to see what the energy for November shows. Look at this. Well, follow your intuition. And we have already seen the High Priestess. So this is about trusting your intuition, and no longer just, like I said, sweeping those red flags under the carpet, or second guessing yourself and your intuition. And we'll end right there with this. This is where the good fortune starts, and we've seen it with the seven heavenly virtues showing up as well. Once you're in that alignment with what is meant for you, things will, it's almost like things fall into your lap, like you throw it out into the universe, and then the universe delivers it to you. And if you have been around watching me for any amount of time, you know, not only am I a firm believer in that, but I have absolutely shared experiences where I knew just how in alignment I was as a result of the things that just, and it literally was like that. Like I would really love to do this, and then all of a sudden that opportunity was there. And if people try to convince you miracles aren't real, I would definitely be here to debate that, because miracles happen every day, and they happen when you're in alignment with what's for you. I just feel like somehow you got either caught, taken off your path, or caught up in something that wasn't for you, and it's had you stuck, trapped, bound in a cycle for a while. And I feel like this is a completion and the ending of that cycle. This cycle is burning away. A new cycle is going to be coming through. And I do feel like the time for that, the transformation for that, is happening now. So I hope this serves you well, Sagittarius. I send you love and light. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate you. Have a great day.